Hello and bienvenue to Life's Questions and Lessons, the Self-Reflection Podcast. I'm your host, Charity Youngblood, and I am so excited that you are here with me today. Let's get started with today's question. How do you want to flow into the evening? How do you want to flow into the evening? So we are in our If You Could Design Your Life from Scratch, What Would It Look Like series. If you haven't already, and this is your first episode, first time visiting our podcast, I highly suggest you start with our series opener just to ground you in some of the topics and kind of where we're going with this. But we're basically breaking down this big question into times of the day, right? If you think about designing your life from scratch, one way to kind of make it more feasible, manageable even, is thinking about your moments, right? The moments that kind of add up to a life into times of the day, right? So we started with the morning, we ventured into the afternoon, and now we are venturing into the evening. Definitely my favorite time of the day. And if you notice, one of our last episodes, it was talking about transition, right? So how do you want to transition from the morning to the afternoon? And for this particular question, what came to me was flow. You know, I am all about simplicity, ease, and flow. If you haven't noticed that on the podcast yet, I'm all about that. So I felt like you can ask yourself and use whatever word you want. But for me, if there is ever a time to flow, I'm going to want to go ahead and flow into my evening because that's when I relax, right? I have a hour and a half wind down from usually around 5:30 p.m. I start my spa music, my, no lyric yoga music, whatever you want to call it. I start a yoga session followed by a guided meditation, followed by a bath, followed by like oil, like I do a massage, self-massage, and then I go to sleep. So let me tell you, I know how to sleep and I know how to wind down. So you might want to go ahead and listen to what I'm saying. But the whole point of all of that is not to tell you this is how you should be winding down. It's for you to ask yourself, how do you want to flow into the evening, right? So really take some time with this. I think we do have a tendency to look at external factors for the things that, external guidance even, for the things that we really should look within. And that's what this podcast is about. I want you to ask yourself these questions. I want you to say how you want to flow into the evening and understand that that's going to shift and change as you continue to grow and shift and change, right? So those are the things I had on my heart today. As always, make sure you ask yourself these questions in curiosity, not judgment. Thank you so much for listening. So much for listening. Please rate and review this podcast wherever you're listening to my words. And if this episode was helpful for you, please share it. We are here on this planet to help each other. So if it was helpful for you, it's probably going to be helpful for someone else. And until next time, take care.